John from fastxblog.com here. Today's presentation is titled, If You Think, You're Dead. Before we get into that though, let me just tell you a little bit about my backstory with the Zoic. A few years ago I got into display ads and I really quickly realized that testing them made a big difference. It really did. And I was able to grow my revenue quite a bit with display ads just by trying different placements. And then a buddy of mine said, hey, you got to try out a Zoic. I'd never heard of them. And he told me basically they'll do all your split testing for you. And I thought, oh, well, that sounds good because I was spending a lot of time doing it. Anyways, long story short, joined a Zoic, put my site on there, split test ads all over the place. And it really did help my revenue from display ads. So I still have quite a few niche sites with a Zoic, constantly split testing. If you use display ads, try a Zoic and save yourself a lot of hassle and grow your revenue. You don't have time to think up there if you think you're dead. It's Maverick and Top Gun. When I was a kid, loved that movie. Now it's dating me. That came out in 1986. The sequel, called Top Gun Maverick, is slated for release in November. It was going to come out this summer, but coronavirus bumped that back. Hopefully it hits in November. Looking forward to it. If you think you're dead applies to online publishing. Hyperbole, yes, because I'm not telling you don't think, all right? I'm having some fun here, but it still fits, and I'm going to explain why. It's really easy to overthink and overcomplicate everything in this business, and I'm telling you from experience, not from something I've read. I have overcomplicated and overthought almost everything I've ever done in this business. These were big mistakes, and they cost me big time. And the problem when you do this, when you overthink and overcomplicate, you miss the forest from the trees. Let me run through some examples. First example, okay? This is probably the rabbit hole I fall down the most. And you know, I'm surfing other sites, I'm checking other sites, and I see, whoa, that's a really nice design. Before I know it, and I'm not a coder. I know very little CSS. I don't know any PHP. I'm not a coder. Before I know it, I'm mucking around in code on my site, trying to implement some insignificant little design change to my site that is not going to make any difference with revenue. Nobody's ever going to notice it. And yet I'm obsessed about trying to implement this little change. And before I know it, I've spent the day, sometimes 2 days, trying to get it. At the end of the day or week, I don't even succeed figuring it out. And I either bail on it or I then cough up money for a coder to then implement it, which they can usually do in about 3 minutes because they know what they're doing. All right, I wasted a lot of time when I should have been focusing on really what makes a content-centric online business work, and that is pushing out content. Another example, all right, this happens to me all the time, and this is just like a micro example, all right? We talk about, you know, should content be added to an existing article and make that article stronger and better, or should it be standalone, okay? We can agonize over that, I mean, let's put this in perspective here. We're talking about like possibly 1 versus 2 articles, okay? A big niche site is going to have 500,000, 5,000, 10,000 articles. And I have literally spent hours thinking about this. Total waste of time. In that time, I could have ordered 10 articles. I could have possibly, written 1 great article. I could have had this wrapped up and done. And at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. But that's what I've done. And that was indecision. And that was a waste of time. I should have picked one and gone with it. It's not the end of the world. What I really should do is, over a course of time, yes, I'm indecisive. It's not always clear what I should do about this, whether you combine and make one really long, good article, thorough article, or break them up into multiples. These are judgment calls. That's part of the business. But do some one way and do some the other way and see what works. And that's really what I should be doing. But instead I sit there and do nothing. Big mistake. Cost me big time. All right. The other thing is reading and learning. There is more information on the web about how to blog, how to grow a blog, how to get traffic, how to monetize, how to do affiliate marketing, all of this stuff. Yes, I contribute to the information overload. Okay. Now, reading and learning this stuff has its place. It definitely has. I have learned a ton from free blog posts, from courses I purchased, etc. I wouldn't have gotten here without it. Okay, has its place, but you also have to remember at some point you know enough and you just got to do it. Okay, in fact, I read and buy courses a lot less now than I did 5 years ago. Far less, right? Because I got a system in place. I know what I generally need to do, and I just do it because it works. All right. Has its place, but don't let it be a distraction under the guise of actually getting things done, right? Once you have a system and you're confident it works and you like it, do it. Just do it. Just nose down and do it. Now, I told you this cost me big time. I would estimate of all the time I've spent wasting on stupid design stuff that I have no clue what I'm doing, CSS and PHP, etc. Must have cost me at least 1,000 articles in terms of time it would have cost to order it, or time it would have cost me to do something else that could have made money, or cost me in time of actually just writing it myself. I can write pretty fast. I can write pretty good articles fairly quickly, right? I know my niches. I can crank them up pretty good. Like, seriously. So, don't let this happen to you. Days can go by on this stuff. And if you've been doing this for a couple of years, I'm sure you can relate. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. All right. When we're talking about design here, like, seriously, find a nice premium theme and just use it. And for the most part, it's good enough. And if you're concerned about support and so forth, just make sure the company has pretty good support forums. Some are better than others. Some are deplorable. Some are horrible. It kind of bothers me when they don't offer good support. I can tell you this, like my theme shop, the support forum, it's the best I've ever used. Like, they'll give you CSS, responses, and some won't even do that. They really are good, so I like them for that, for sure. But there are others that are quite good too. I've tried a number of themes. Anyways, the point is, just use out of the box. It's going to be good enough for a long time. When in doubt, when you're sitting there and you're indecisive and you don't know what to do, just write an article. Like, just pick a keyword in your list, or go find a keyword. There's millions of keywords in every niche. Pick one, write an article, publish it, or order one, or do both, but don't sit there and do nothing. Okay, seriously. And I'm telling you from experience how much time I've lost from this. All right. When in doubt, write an article. It's fun too. I mean, I like writing. I like this stuff. I like writing. I don't write every day, all day, but I do like it. I wrote this slide. All right. The slide earns money. Okay, this stuff actually earns money. The cutesy design tweaks that I've wasted days on doesn't generate the 40,000 per month my niche sites make. They just don't. Okay, the theme out of the box would do the job. It's the 4,500 published articles plus, actually, I have quite a few more than that across all my niche sites, well over 5,000 that earn the money. All right, the only difference between a new site that is not earning anything and a site that makes $1 million per year from display ads is just a lot of good content ranking for tens of thousands of keywords. That's the only difference. And seriously. So do this. This is the simple process. This is, you wake up and you can do this business. And when I say this business, I'm talking about a content-centric business monetized by display ads. All right. If you're going to get into some pretty high-level affiliate marketing, there's different things going on. There's conversion rate optimization. There's probably more advanced offsite SEO. That's just quite a bit of a different business model. But if you're monetizing primarily with display ads and you're just pushing out content, this is the process right here. Step one, find low competition keywords. Just like long tail keywords. Don't worry too much about how much search volume you have. You can target a search volume of 20 or 30 as reported in Ahrefs or SEMrush, and that can actually generate hundreds of visitors per month. So don't worry about that. Just make sure it's low competition so you can rank for it fairly quickly without having to do any of the promotion or link building or any of that. You want to just write the best article on the web on that topic, usually a very focused topic, and rank it by doing nothing else. Okay? That's it. Find those low competition keywords, write and publish great content about those keywords. Rinse and repeat until you cash out. If you do nothing else in a day but that, you can call it a very, very good day. Don't be idle, okay? The point is, factories don't make money sitting idle, right? They make money pushing out widgets. It's the same with content-centric business. A content-centric business makes money pushing out content. That's it. Let your ads do their thing. That's the beauty of the ads. You got them formatted on your site, regardless which ad network you use, whether it's Zoic, Mediavine, AdThrive, Monumental, doesn't matter. They're set up on your site to show in particular places, and once they do that, it's just a matter of firing more ads. The more you publish, the more those ads fire. It's the perfect business model, IMO, if you think you're dead. Thanks for listening.